Lethiwe, what an incredible achievement. And, you're someone that has obviously had many achievements throughout your lifetime. I mean, you're a professor, you've got all those accolades, but I sincerely appreciate the fact that you've been on this journey with us. And I think we'd love to hear a little bit more about how you experienced this journey as a nominee and then as a finalist and then eventually as the winner of your category, the Women in Education and Training. And, just the affiliation with the University of Johannesburg is near and dear to my heart. And it's just wonderful that, again, we've got a winner coming out of the relationship with you, Jay. So my question to you, I think, just to start off with is, it was a lovely evening. There was a lot going on, but on that specific moment, or at that specific moment, when you were called out as the winner in the education and training category, how did you feel? And just run us through what went through your mind.
Firstly, thank you so much, Madam CEO, for the opportunity to be interviewed after the award itself. So it felt surreal. And I generally thought that I was dreaming first time when they announced the top 3 finalists for my name to be mentioned on top 3. I could really not believe it. Then when I was called in as a winner, I was in disbelief. And I'm still processing it even today, where I feel it's just a dream. But I'm really, really deeply humbled. As the saying goes, that to whom much is given, much is expected. This award has a lot of responsibility with it as well. So I'm proud of the accomplishment and the significant responsibility that comes with it. And I'm grateful for the recognition that I have received from the Women of Stature. Thank you so much.
Well, it's wonderful to watch the responses as it happens on the stage. And as you say, there was a nice lead up to the final announcement with the top 3 being announced first, and then obviously that anticipation again. Was it something that you anticipated to win, or did it come as a complete surprise to you?
Well, so for me, it was not really something that I anticipated. Yes, I had sent my wishes to the universe, and the universe responded positively. So winning the award was really something which I felt it was destined, because I don't have that entitlement mindset. So I wished for the award and I did my best, and I was really hopeful to get it. And when it was announced that I'm the category winner, I felt really privileged and honored for the recognition. But I'm really grateful. But the surprise was really appreciated and is still appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. And yes, I love it when I see the response and I see, walking up to the stage, and it's like, this expression of delight. And I think that's what I so, it really warms my heart when I see that absolute delight and excitement. Now, you've been on this journey with us for quite a number of months, from the time that you were nominated, and we deliberately have it as a relatively long journey because we really want to form these relationships with each of you. And I think from that also there's the relationships that are being formed between you and your fellow nominees, and also the nominees in the other categories. And you've obviously been on some workshops with us. And I just want to know from you what actually inspired you to, first of all, accept your nomination and then to pursue this path leading up to the adjudication, and then obviously the ultimate prize being the category winner.
Thank you so much, Madam CEO. And you've mentioned it yourself when you said, I have multiple accolades, but I received this one. And this award really stood out from others because it pushed me out of my comfort zone. It required that growth mindset. And you've mentioned as well, there were workshops which were conducted. And I like the last one, which was conducted when you say, what if I did not win. What does that mean? And how to receive the bad news. So you prepared us very well in terms of firstly knowing yourself, because there was self-mastery, there was enogram that was done, and people were inspired in terms of reaching out within themselves, having self-reflection, brand awareness, and personal investment. So for example, with myself in my journey through the awards, I found myself preparing media releases, which I've never done in my life. I went for interviews for TV, radio, newspaper, where I had to share the experiences that I have within the classroom and through research as a former chairperson of the mentorship program within my institute, where some things that I did within the university, for me, it was, oh, it's just normal. I had to do it. But through the awards, I got to reflect and be immense with my contribution and share it with the world, which was also inspiring, and not limit my contribution to the university alone, but to the whole nation. And that was through the awards, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And also another thing which I found that it was a sort of a coincidence that I'm celebrating 10 years in academia, and the awards themselves are also celebrating the 10th year anniversary. So I believe the recognition that I received through the Woman of Stature was something that was meant to be. And so something, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and you just have to follow your gut and do what is meant to be happening. Thank you.
Well, that was sheer luck, or fluke, as they call it, that, you were celebrating the 10th anniversary, or the 10th year as in academia, and then, of course, the 10th season of the award. So, yes, there was multiple celebrations happening on
Yes.
this occasion. Now, let's talk a little bit. You talk about the work that you do. How do you hope your work and the achievement of the category winning award will impact others in your field, in your industry, and your community?
Okay, so since I strive for excellence, I'm very intentional in terms of how I carry myself as an educator, mentor, coach, and a servant leader. I hope that in every space where I find myself, that should continue to serve with pride and ensure that I lift others as I rise as well. Because if I carry myself well, it gives a testament to others as well, that if Lethiwe can do it, I myself can do it as well. It might not be in education, it might be in different fields as well, but they need to be intentional on how they contribute and align with their purposes. So I will ensure that I continue, because sustainability is at the core front for everything that we do, both personally and professionally. We need to ensure that we contribute positively to our communities and organizations where we serve. Thank you.
You made a comment earlier on, and I just want to refer back to that again, about the interviews. I'm so glad to hear that you actually took advantage of that, and what we refer to as, you worked the award. You worked the nomination, because we obviously presented you with press releases, and we said, you know, give it out to your community, let the community know about it. And of course, that's where I hear what you're saying, is that some of the interviews, the invitations to be interviewed came, and it was because you are now a nominee and you're now hoping to win this award. And I think that is important, to highlight that as well, because those that are going to be watching this interview, if they know that this is definitely happening, then they can see the value already that's coming from being a nominated person, a woman. And I mean, that was before you even knew that you were the winner.
Yes.
That opportunity was there. So wonderful that you actually embraced that, and you followed through with that. So let's have a look at, we know there's a lot of amazing women doing amazing work, but we still find that there's a lot of the ladies that have an inclination to not consider this. Um, what would you advise, and what would your advice be to someone who should be following in your footsteps, and why would you encourage them to consider this nomination and to really, be present during the period of time leading up to the awards?
Absolutely. So what is first important is that they need to step forward. So I'll encourage them to step forward out of their comfort zone as I've done. But also what is first important to reflect on is that they should be able to answer the question, why do I want this award? Because once you know your why, through the journey, when it becomes difficult, when you become confused, your why will keep you going. Understand the meaning understand the meaning of the award to yourself as a nominee, and ensure that your contribution that you want to be recognized for is measurable, is impactful, and authentic. Because if everyone is doing it, then why would you need to get an award? So you need to be that person that will be able to understand your contribution, be able to measure it, justify it, and quantify it as well. But also what is important is that as a woman who would want to be receiving an award in Women of Stature, you need to be able to be ready to grow and show up confidently with courage, and also be able to share yourself with the world, as I've done as well through my journey with Women of Stature. So you need to walk your journey with others with gratitude and bring others along with you in the journey. I've done that. It worked. I'm grateful to have received the award. So if I've received it, you might also receive it, depending on how far you are willing to go and what contribution you want to bring to yourself and the awards themselves. Thank you.
Wow, well, what an inspiration. And if 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 somebody watching or listening to your interview is not encouraged by this, I'd be very surprised, really very surprised. And thank you so much for displaying your winners a certificate. You have your finalist certificate, then your winners, and then you've also got the award. The lovely little lady, we're so proud of her. She stands so proudly, She's got the Queen's wave, the Queen's wave. The Queen's wave. Oh no, that's lovely. And I really am so appreciative of the fact that you so thoroughly embraced this journey with us, Lethiwe. You stand as a symbol of a woman that is the epitome of a woman of stature. And especially as I said earlier on, our relationship with the University of Johannesburg has come a long way. We had one of our overall winners coming from UJ in 2023. And since then, we've had a number of you amazing women who have embraced this opportunity. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for giving us a little bit of highlights that you've experienced. And obviously the evening, you look beautiful. And I really, it's just, the journey has just started with us, hasn't it, Lethiwe? We've got
Yes, it
so
has.
much else that's going to be happening in the future, not so?
Yes, 100%. And as I mentioned, I'm a servant leader. I'm always happy and ready to serve and give back to the community. And I believe I'm now part of the Women of Stature community.
Oh, thank you so much. And we loved interviewing you. And yes, thank you. And we look forward to watching you as you continue to embrace life and as an educator, doing the absolutely incredible work that you do. Thank you
Thank you so
so
much for
much.
having me. Thank you. Bye-bye.